Today, how you can stop temptation dead in its tracks. Welcome to Sacred Grit, a podcast equipping men to conquer addiction and overcome inner struggles through physical, mental, and spiritual disciplines so you can become a man of honor and integrity. I'm Jason.Lyle. Now let's get to work. Today you'll learn a pause in your thought is an opportunity. What you do with that pause is your choice, and choice towards self-love comes through reflection. This episode is brought to you by MMD Dentistry. What's up, my dude? Welcome back to the Sacred Grit Podcast and Gritty Wednesday. All right, let's get right down to it. So I want to give you one nervous system practice that builds resilience and helps you grab that pause, because we need to stop temptation dead in its tracks. A pause in your thought is an opportunity. So when you when you're going throughout your day-to-day life and you're, I don't know, maybe you're a framer and you're driving nails, or maybe you're a concrete guy, you're pouring concrete, or I don't know, maybe you're a businessman, you sit behind a computer all day. But for the most of us who are out here doing life on a day-to-day, life is just, coming at us, and we're kind of reacting to it. We have schedules and deadlines and things that have to be done. But here's what I want to try to get you to do is to train yourself to have a pause from time to time throughout the day. Because here's the thing, if you could train yourself to have a pause throughout the day, then you can also train yourself to have a pause when it matters. Because as I said, a pause in your thought is an opportunity to make change. So the way that I want you to do that is I want you to begin with the cold water. And I know we talk about this quite often, and I think, it's become popular for folks to get into freezing cold water. I mean, my water this morning was so cold it hurt. But I think you could achieve the same thing with cold showers, or, 55-degree water, or a cold pack on the chest. All we're trying to do is just set off that alarm. Just set off that alarm. The alarm in your amygdala that's, triggers that fight or flight. Because it is inside that fight or flight, that autonomic nervous system, where cravings happen, right? Cravings are the product of a process called myelination, where your cravings get down into your survival response, and that's where they get triggered from. So we're working in that survival response. If we could trigger that under our own fruition through ice water exposure, we can learn how to grab that. Because what's happening when we feel that trigger, we sit with it until we find calm. So the important part about whatever style of cold water exposure you do, whether it's getting in the cold tub or putting an ice pack on your chest or turning on the shower, the most important part is you sit with it until you're able to regulate yourself. So you feel that initial, and then you stay, and then you bring yourself through rational thought. I'm okay. I'm safe. There's nothing going to happen to me. And you get calm. Usually that's somewhere around 2 minutes, right? And if we can do that, we start to create this space for opportunity. We get a pause. Now, what you do with that pause is your choice. Now, what I would say is in that moment, you can still choose to give into your cravings. It's not like, I have the pause. Now I just get to do it. No, you could still choose to use the porn, to eat the thing, to smoke the thing, to shoot the thing, to drink the thing. You can still choose that. Just because you gain that pause doesn't mean that now you just have complete control, but you do have opportunity, right? You have the pause, you grabbed it. Maybe it's your anger, maybe it's your whatever it may be, you got it, right? You grab the pause before the action happened. You get to choose. But a choice towards self-love is how you're going to be able to overcome the craving, okay? And that only comes through reflection. Let me tell you what I mean by that. Every time we can pause in our lives before we do something that harms ourselves, and we get this opportunity to make a choice, we can choose whether we're going to love ourselves or whether we're going to do something destructive. There's rarely any other choice. I'm sure you could sit and argue with me if you're a contrarian and come up with one, but we're going to stay. This is my podcast, so we're going to stay in that lane. I could choose love, or I can choose destruction. And that only comes by the capacity to reflect. So I would also say or argue that sitting down with a journal every morning, setting a timer for 5 minutes, and reflecting on the things that make you feel loved by yourself is another strong tool. And I'll tell you why. For me, to feel loved by myself is a cup of coffee on my sofa with my journal. That makes me feel loved in and of myself. It is a walk in the woods in the afternoon. It is a yoga session for 30 minutes. It is a coffee with a good friend. It is a laugh with someone that I love. Those things are things that make me feel loved by in and of myself. So when I grab this pause and I have this opportunity to make this choice, and I know that I have this choice to either go toward the thing that's going to harm me or go toward the thing that's going to help me. If I know the thing that's going to help me, I know which way I need to go. And if I know the thing that's going to help me, I'll know which way I don't need to go as well. So what that means is I may have a craving and it may be strong, and I can grab that moment and go, wait a minute. Okay, I'm going to go do 5 sun salutations. That makes me feel loved. I'm going to go sit down with my journal for 2 minutes. That makes me feel loved. I'm going to walk outside and kick the soccer ball across the yard with the dog, outside walking with my feet grounded on the earth, because that makes me feel loved. It doesn't have to be huge things. As you might say, well, Jason, I'm at work and, I'm on my computer and all of a sudden I feel this temptation. I can't stop it. Yes, you can. 100% you can. If you know the things that make you feel loved by yourself, you can close your computer, step away from your desk. You could walk outside, go to the break room. Heck, man, go to the bathroom if you need to and sit on the toilet and close your eyes and grab a journal and spend 2 minutes or meditate or whatever makes you feel at peace in the center of your chest. Do that instead of the thing that you wanted, that you were being tempted to do, right? Because that is sacred grit. That is the ability to breathe, pause, choose, and live. My dude, today you learned a pause in your thought is an opportunity. What you do with that pause is your choice, and choice towards self-love comes through reflection. My dude, thank you for listening. I appreciate you showing up for me. If you would like to book a consultation call, you could drop down in the show notes. There's a link down there to do that. It's a free 15-minute call. See if we fit together. It's I coach people's spirituality and for addiction. Would love to have you if you would like to come. All right. This episode is also brought to you by David Dodd, Edward Jones McDonough, my main man, David. Now listen, anything you need investment-wise, David can do it. He is the guy. He is the man, a man of integrity, a man of honor, but most of all, he knows what he is doing. You can find him by Googling David Dodd, Edward Jones McDonough. My man, I hope you have a great week. I will see you on Sacred Sunday.